Welcome to On the Record with Jason Adamo. This is the first episode back since I underwent a life-saving kidney transplant back on August 16th. I'm 2.5 months post-surgery and feeling great. Massive thanks to Jenna Kovacic, my living donor, and my surgeon, Dr. Deepak Vikraman, as well as all of the staff over there at Duke. I'd also like to thank all of you who have wished me well on this transplant journey. It's great to be back out here doing what I love, playing music, and hosting this show. Today's episode of On the Record comes to you from our sponsor for today's episode, the amazing Zinkhaus Winery and Brewery, on a secluded 86 acres off of Wake Forest Highway, nestled between Wake Forest and Durham. If you haven't had a chance to check this place out yet, do yourself a favor and come enjoy a beverage or two on their sprawling property. And on any given night, Wednesday through Sunday, Zinkhaus brings in some of the tastiest food trucks the Triangle has to offer. So they've got you covered on food as well. On the Record, we shine the spotlight on some of the Carolina's most creative people, musicians, photographers, artists, etc., including today's musical guest, musician and actor Jason Damico. We'll be hearing an original song from him in just a bit. But first off on today's episode, I'm super excited to welcome someone who has been making Raleigh sound great for decades now. You can usually find him behind the mixing console at the Poorhouse Music Hall. I'd like to welcome to the show, Jac Cain. Jack, welcome.
Howdy.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
It's been a minute.
It has been. I think back in the spring was when I last saw you play.
Right. At the Poorhouse Music Hall, where you run sound. I'm excited to get back there with the band in January.
I'm excited to hear that,
It's gonna be fun.
I'm glad you're doing it.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Not out of the woods yet, just 2.5 months post-transplant, but getting there. Not
Well,
100%.
things are better.
Things are much
And
better.
looking up.
Things are much better and
So
looking way up.
That's good news.
I did a little research on you before this interview. I found out, I didn't know this, but you went to ECU.
Yes, I did.
You studied communications and broadcasting there.
I think I'm the first graduate from that program.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't finalized when I was supposed to graduate, so I took a couple years off to wait for the program to catch up to me.
Okay. And you were planning to do what with that degree?
I was going to be a rock star. Yeah, I went to college because I was supposed to go to college. I did not want to go to college. I was going to be in rock bands and get famous.
Did you already start playing in bands?
I started before that. I started in 1976.
High school band?
In
middle school band?
10th grade.
10th grade, okay.
10th grade, Silver Age with Adamo and Cherico, Bill Wiggs, and Jimmy Herring, who's now with Widespread Panic.
Right. That's incredible.
And we did 99.9% Kiss.
With the makeup and everything, or no?
No, we did. We just played all their songs. It was a good learning experience. But then I heard Elvis Costello and the Knack, and
you started
listening
and
the Ramones,
and broadening your horizons.
Yes,
a little bit more. Okay. And when eventually you moved to Raleigh, what year was that?
Well, I moved to Raleigh in '83, chasing a girl.
Okay.
That didn't work. But
I got you to Raleigh.
And then I went back to college in '85.
Okay.
Then I came back to Raleigh in '89 to join a band called Slurpee.
Slurpee with how many E's on the end of it?
5 E's and an exclamation point.
Who all was in that band? You played bass in that band?
I played bass. Sandy Gerald, Chuck Ross, and Dave. Oh shoot, brain fart. Dave Poole.
Dave Poole. Okay. And you guys played all over the Raleigh area.
Raleigh. Played CBGBs. We played in Richmond, a little bit in South Carolina, a little bit in Greensboro, a little bit in Chapel Hill.
Yeah. But home in Raleigh was the brewery?
We played the brewery in the Fallout Shelter.
Oh, okay.
Where
was that at?
And the Switch. The Fallout Shelter was on West Street across from Roast Grill Hot Dogs.
Oh, nice.
Best hot dog in the country.
Yes, sir.
And we played at the Switch a couple times.
Okay.
We played with the Ramones at the Switch. We played with what was their name? Some glam metal band.
That's incredible. You played with the Ramones. That's awesome.
Yeah, we did 4 dates with the Ramones in North and South Carolina.
Did they take you on the road after playing?
CJ was playing bass for him. He's like, "You guys finishing the tour with us?" I'm like, "I wish." We had gotten 4 dates booked through a middle agent.
Oh, okay.
We got lucky.
Hey, I'll take that.
And that was the peak of my Ramones mania.
Oh yeah, still a fan though, of course.
Absolutely.
Now, when you, how did you make the transition from playing on stages to running sound for stages, including the brewery and the Poorhouse?
Well, I knew the sound guy at the brewery, and he had a project he had to work on, and they asked me would I be interested and doing that as a temporary thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I started working there probably 2-3 nights a week.
Just filling in.
And then it got to be progressively more and more and more till I just became the guy. And I was there for 4 or 5 years.
So for those of you who are watching this at home, can you tell them a little bit more about the brewery, its history, how long it was in Raleigh before?
Well, I worked there from 92 to 97.
At that point, it had been open for what?
It opened in 83. And they were doing mostly local bands. But then the punk rock scene started happening. The COC guys networked a lot of stuff. A lot of this stuff I don't know personally, just third hand. Right. But Black Flag, The Descendants.
Sheryl Crow, you mentioned.
I did monitors for Sheryl Crow there. That was a date mix-up. Her agent had the wrong date, so we did it anyway, and there was nobody there. Man. Literally at the very last song, a drunk couple came in because they heard the sound from the street.
Right.
And it was their honeymoon. They wanted to see what was going on. They walked in and got to hear half a song.
I read somewhere that Blind Melon held residency there when they lived in Durham.
Blind Melon did that, and I was in a band called the Lubricators at the time, and we were supposed to play with them there, but they kept canceling the shows.
Oh, okay. That was my next question too. What other bands did you play with? I
was in Lubricators with Kenny Roby and Johnny Williams and Matt Maddox. Okay. And that fell apart, and that's when I got the job at the brewery. It was after the Lubricators broke up.
Okay. Now, transitioning from the brewery to the poorhouse, how did that go down?
Well, after the brewery, after I left the brewery the first time, I went on tour with several bands. And then
including Squirrel Nut
Zippers, Sean Mullins, BB Mac. And then I came back and they needed a sound guy again. So I got back with them and then they closed. And then I got a phone call on the bus one day that they needed, can you come do sound at the poorhouse? Our guy didn't show up. I said, how soon do you need me? They said, the bands are here. I said, give me a second. And I literally jumped off the bus, walked a half a block and was there.
Nice.
And I was part of a rotating cast and crew.
Okay.
And for about 3 months. And then I think it was 2002.
Okay.
So that was 22 years ago.
I think the first time I played the poorhouse was 2003. So you were new there when I started playing there then.
Maybe it was 2003.
Yeah.
Maybe this is my 20th year. There's a lot of alcohol involved.
A lot of stories to tell from either place. Any crazy stories from the brewery or poorhouse running sound there for these bands?
I'm sure there are, but I can't. I'm drawing a blank.
Anything that sticks out?
No, because every night, there was a lot of partying going on back then, right. So everything's kind of a blur.
a lot of good times to be had. A lot of
regrets too.
A lot of tough shows to get through, I'm sure.
Oh man, God. Trying to do a show at the brewery was rough because it was such a tiny place.
Yeah, right.
And actually the poorhouse is so small that sometimes we get these big shows and I'm like, well, I don't know where the crowd's going to stand because we got all the band gear spread out everywhere.
Yeah, right. As far as the poorhouse goes, you put together a few, maybe 1 or 2 brewery band reunions or weekends, or was it just one?
I think I might have done it twice. But
any plans for another one?
I've thought about it. Tracking down some bands is going to be hard. Yeah. But I'd love to do it again if I can find somebody willing to do it. But the bands that I am most interested in having don't really play anymore.
Right. Maybe you could find enough bands for maybe one night and not the whole weekend.
Yeah. And also when we did it, I called it a weekend at the brewery, but I think my friends at Watershed from Ohio renamed it Revenge of the Brewery. So if I ever do it again, I'm going to go with that.
Oh, nice. That's a great title for it. So to close things out with this interview, thanks again for being here, by the way.
My pleasure.
I heard through the grapevine you're building a studio in Raleigh.
I'm building a little rehearsal room behind my mother-in-law's house. Okay. Some friends of mine that play are engineers, and they hooked me up with some information about soundproofing it. Mm-hmm. So basically, it's a place to put all my crap
that you've collected all these years.
Yes, my wife's drum set, all my bass amps, all my guitar amps, all my guitars, and I can go play loud rock and roll and not bother anybody.
Right.
and it's all in one safe space. And I'll be able to do some recording there, but it's not going to be a commercial recording studio.
Maybe some friends can stop
Yeah,
by.
some friends, maybe do some demos.
Awesome.
Have some fun.
Well, I look forward to maybe swinging by there one day.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I will be glad to have you.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Jack, thanks again for being here, man.
Oh, my
Appreciate
pleasure.
it.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you at the Poorhouse soon.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Welcome to Zinc House, the Triangle area's hidden gem for a truly captivating escape. Take in the scenery across 87 acres with a mountaintop feel. Indulge in our selection of fine wines and craft beers. Discover the vineyards, the allure of our carriage house, and the ambiance of the pavilion, along with special hideaways. Live music, culinary delights, and local offerings will elevate your visit. Unwind on our veranda, where you can savor the fresh air, soak in moments of tranquility, or dance the night away. Zinc House, where nature's beauty and local treasures intertwine.
Today's musical guest is Jason Damico. Find all you need to know about Jason at jasondamico.com, D-A-M-I-C-O. Today he's here to perform an original song off of his 2014 album, Blood, Sweat, and Blues. This is called Hold Me a Little Closer.
To look my way, don't let your love me go and make my day. As I can't deny your sweet embrace, hold me a little closer, yeah. Won't you hold me a little closer? Hold me a little closer. Won't you hold me a little closer? Love me for all of my days now. To knock me out, enough to make any man jump, scream, and shout. So take me by the hand, call me your own. Love could last me till 100 years old, baby. Won't you hold me a little closer? Hold me a little closer. Won't you hold me a little closer? Love me for all of my days now. Yeah. Won't you hold me a little closer? Love me for all of my days now. Won't you hold me a little closer? Hold me a little closer. Won't you hold me a little closer? Love me for all of my days now. Won't you hold me a little closer? Love me for all of my days now. Won't you hold me a little closer? Love me for all of my days now.